Good evening and welcome to another episode of Just a Little Bit. And if you've been following us, and I hope you have, and sharing us and passing this good information on, you know that Just a Little Bit is just that. It's just a little bit of news from several black news resources. In this week's episode, Just a Little Bit, we have to announce a couple of deaths. One in our great Justice, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, better known as the notorious RBG, after the notorious B.I.G. What are we going to do now? I don't believe that we really realize just how important our Supreme Court justices are. So we need to think seriously about who will be replacing her and to hold that number 45 at bay and placing somebody in the position of a Supreme Court justice, because they are there just for life. Also in the news, a very interesting point about Justice Ginsburg. Her niece, Clara Sparrow, interviewed Ruth while she was on her deathbed, and her dying wish was, or should I say her most precious, fervent wish, is that I will not be replaced until the new president is installed. Even in her dying, she understood just how significant her position is. Legendary jazz critic Stanley Crouch passed away at 74. This brother was renowned in writing and dissecting just what jazz was. And he's gone on to glory now. Now, I never met this brother, Hasim Zinga, out of Dallas, Texas. He was the commander of the Black Panther Party in Dallas. I didn't know him, but one of my good friends did, so I thought I would mention that. Now, in further news, according to AARP, the major concern of black voters over 50 is the coronavirus. And I could understand why. Things are, just when we thought they were coming down, they are spiking back up again. Coronavirus report, as reported to us in the West Side Gazette by Ms. Marsha Mullings, the death toll for coronavirus is over 200,000 and growing. And the countries that we thought were doing good begun to spike again. And those countries are trying to figure out what is causing this spike to come back in this coronavirus. Brothers and sisters and people, we need to really pay attention, and we're talking about starting school again. I do understand that in Broward County, that's the hottest ticket going, is to listen to the school board meetings. The BTU president, Anna Fuscos, I understand she is holding the school board members' feet to the fire, and they should be. There is not a plan in place that will protect our precious commodity as our children. And yet and still, they want to put them back in an area that they have not given the full attention to. Let me ask you this question. How is it that we have a virtual learning system set up, and now you want to use that same system inside of a classroom? What's the difference? You got children at home learning virtually. Now you want to bring them into the classroom and use that same technique. I don't understand it. I'm not an educator, but I am educated. Welcome back to Just a Little Bit. Now, in this segment, 40 on the 40, you all know that it's 40 seconds of the history, the struggle, and the strength of our black people. And I'm going to talk to you today about the black press. The Freedom's Journal was founded in 1827 by two men, Samuel Cornish and John Russell. These two men thought it not robbery that they began to chronicle the history and the aspects of what it means to be black in America. The paper was in existence for a long time until the two had a disagreement about the editorial side and the business side. One wanted more business, and the other wanted more editorial space to tell the story. That is the history of the black press here in America, celebrating 193 years. What other business black business you know that has been around for that long. You need to use it or lose it, support it or let it go. All right, now it's time for our growing voices. In this segment, we get a chance to talk to our youth, our young people, and our young adults to hear what's on their mind. And I am happy and proud to bring up this young lady because I knew her before she was born. When she was just a thought in her daddy's mind, I knew her. So if we will, let us welcome to the stage, Neville Sorrell. Yeah. How are you?
Good.
Okay, and what's your name?
Neville.
Neville. That's a pretty name. How did you get that name?
My mommy made me.
Do you have any idea what that name means? You sure? Okay. Does it think about it for a moment now. If you spelled your name in reverse, what would it be? You're nervous, aren't you? Say it.
H-E-A-V-E-N.
And what is that? Heaven must be like this. So what's going on with this COVID? How are you dealing with that?
I'm sad because I can't go back to school.
Oh, you
I
can't.
have to do it online.
So what do you miss most about school?
It's because when I was in kindergarten, we used to do shaving cream to write our sight words for Fridays.
You use shaving cream to write your sight words?
We spread it on the table and we write our sight words on it.
What else do you miss about school?
When we used to go on the playground for recess. We used to play with the sand, and we had some sand toys, and we played with them in the sand.
You had what's a sand toy? What was your favorite sand toy?
The shovel.
Oh boy, what did you do with the shovel?
I scooped up the sand and put it in the bucket.
Did you ever put that sand on anybody? Come on, you can tell me. Did you ever put that sand? You sure? Oh yeah. Okay, tell me some more. Let me ask you this. So now, how is it learning from the computer? Learning from your teacher from the computer. How is that?
It's fun, but regular school is better.
So tell me the most fun thing about regular school that you like. Am I boring you that bad? You gonna yell on me? Huh?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When you ask me some questions, then am I boring you that bad?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me one of the most fun things about school that you really love.
Is when we did the shaving cream.
You told me that shaving cream, but you didn't tell me the sight word. You gotta tell me if it was that much fun. What's the sight word? Give me one that you remember.
Here.
Here? Oh, is it the here? Here in your ear or the here come here?
I'm not sure which one it was.
But you know it's here. Okay. All right. Now, if you can say one thing to all of your cousins who are out there watching, Bailey and Layla and all those. Leia, yes, her. If you can tell them one thing, important thing about this coronavirus, what would you tell them?
To keep the mask on and stay 6 feet away from me. But if they keep their mask on, they can kind of come close.
Oh, okay. Well, Okay, Neville, we're going to have you back for another time, and we're going to really talk about some shaving cream and other stuff, all right?
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so very much for coming out and joining us, all right? For just a little bit. Thank you. All right. Okay, this is a part of the program that I really like. The Sankofa moment. Sankofa, that Twa word which means to go back and get it, to fetch it. And we're talking about our history in that aspect. So I'm always honored when I can have an opportunity to touch history, both present and past. So it's a pleasure for me to have this man who's renowned from throughout Broward County, but especially the city of Fort Lauderdale in Parks and Recreation, not only because he worked there, because he made the park what it is. So y'all help me welcome the legendary Abraham Honey Bun Irvin to the stage. Well, Honey Bun, what's happening, man?
Good afternoon, Mr. Henry.
Don't get no FOMO with me, man. Honey Bun, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, now, the first thing I want to know, Abraham, is how did you get the name Honey Bun?
You know, I'm not coming up, that's all I ate. Honey bun, bologna, spice, and liverwort.
Okay. And now, Bun, you come from a family of history. You come from, heck, you live right across the park, so you was raised in the park. Man.
Yes, I was.
Tell me some of the people that you've seen that come through the park that you put your hands on and you know.
It's so many, Bob. I done started up with you, Greg Gould, Guy Witherspoon, Benny, Braid, and many more. Even some of them made good things that they sell, some of them were out of town other way. There's so many that they come back and recognize who I was, what I did in the community, still do it.
Still do it. Yeah. One thing I know in particular that you're doing is the reunion, the old school thing that you do, man. What's up with that?
Bob, you gave me an idea because we got a lot of friends left this world. And a lot of our camp from left the world. I get together all of that still living, come together, have one good time. Because we got a number, you don't know when that number called, you know, but like I tell a lot of people, you get together and pray. We need to pray more often what we are, because God controls the whole world. You got the first and last so we always gonna have that.
Yeah. You know, Bun, I can Moby, they live a couple houses from you, one of the best.
Swimming.
Who was that person named Possum? Who was that?
That was my brother.
Man, but wine.
Wop.
Yes.
K. Bobby Dubois, Commissioner
Yes.
Dubois' father.
Yes.
And many more came through the nicknames and stuff. The owner of the cartoon.
Yeah.
You can go, I can go on.
That's what I'm saying, man. That the history. Bun, you are a walking history encyclopedia, man. If we had time to just sit down and just go over the people, Buddy Wilcox, that come on, man, the park. Bun, you a legend at the park.
And Matt Sanders.
Matt Sanders, man, Miss Moore, Miss Deal. I'm just saying, I can remember, and this was this one incident. Bun, you remember you got in the rain?
I'll think you're going to bring that up, Bob.
You remember that, Bun?
Yeah, I can't forget that.
Oh, Lord, But those are the things that made us, honey, brother.
What you know, Bob, what's that? During that time, I was a rookie.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But now I know the best of it.
Oh, Lord. When I can see you now in that ring, I was trying to take them, he was trying to bite the glove, man, but, okay, now, let's come on back. Now, your family, your family has made history here in Broward County.
Yes, sir. And more than I think about my great auntie, she was the first black born in city of Fort Lauderdale. And she also had a government office. She had a lot for the community. She got a lot of jobs and stuff. And people that couldn't pay the rent, she did a lot for the community. that gave me the opportunity to do the same thing what she's doing. You got to reach out there and help everybody. Don't turn your back on nobody, because we don't know what the tomorrow brings us.
That's true.
Because look at the virus now. We ever thought we'd live through something like this? And it's a shame. Every day somebody lose their life. Somebody close to you, not close to you.
Now your aunt, that post office.
Yeah, Miss Silver.
Is named after her.
Yes.
Yeah. That the same. Is Miss Aldridge.
Yes.
One of the original black women business owners here. Now, let's see here. You don't like to talk too much. You don't like to. You don't brag. You're a very humble person.
Yes.
And I know that. But Bond, when you do your event in October, people come from miles around, man, to be a part of that. You created that.
Yes. And thank God you was the first one we first started over there with me. You're a great group guy. As years go by, they get bigger and bigger every year. And this year, I'm not going to have it because of the virus. A lot of people still call me, come from out of town, say when I'm going to have an event. So hopefully next year, good Lord have us on the earth. We'll do our thing next year.
You know something, Bond? We might can do it, virtual. We have the ability to do something. So maybe we can get together, Guy, Greg, you, Ben and them, and see how we can create it so we still can do it. We can do it virtually, man. Even if they went to the park and set something up, a big screen or whatever, and social distance, but it still can be done because it's you, man.
Okay, then I never thought about that, but that's a good idea. Something like that. Like jazz in the park, like we used to have on Friday night too. Yeah, that's a good idea. We need to look into it.
We can do that. So what is Honey Bun doing now, man?
I sit down with my family, with my wife, my daughter. She had Bethune cooking, doing fine.
Wait a minute, hold up. Your daughter is at cooking?
Bethune cooking. She's a sophomore, and she want to be a lawyer.
Well, you ain't getting in no more trouble, so I mean, we could have used it, man.
Sometimes while you're around good people like Nadine Harrison, she do a lot too also in the community. And like yourself, we need to come together as a family, not no backstabbing, all this crap. Get away from that. Come as a family and help each other. That's the way I can see it. One down, reach out, pull them up. You don't criticize nobody.
You never did do that, boy. Now, what if you had an audience of young people sitting right here, boy? What would you tell them?
I tell the young kids today, whenever you see a citizen older than you or whatever, respect him and listen to them, because y'all don't realize we was on this world before y'all. All that y'all trying to do, we don't do it all. Listen to your mama and your dad and your grandfather, whatever you got. Listen at them, and you'll live alone. But when you don't obey your mother or father, whatever, so bad happen to you. So wake up, stay, get the education, and listen at your plan.
Now, I noticed you got that book over there, My Soul is a Witness. Now, you've seen a lot in that book over there.
Yes.
Yeah. You know about that book.
Yes.
The other thing, Bun, if we were to create a list of legends from Sunland Park, who would be your top 5?
Mr. Sanders, he one of them. Miss Moe, she's another one. Miss Deal, she's another. Late Carter Moe, Commissioner, Commissioner Dubo. But now we got new commissioners. He doing something good. He doing something like he wants, but he doing fine. Robert McKenzie. He's doing a great job, and we need to support him better than what we're doing now. We got to get rid of all that grub. all that, you don't like this, you don't like that, you hate this, and we got to get together. That one big happy family call. Like I say first, God got the first say so, the last say so. We got to stick together. It's supposed to like build more than what we is.
Okay, Mr. Abraham Irvin, Bud, it's always a pleasure, man. You know, it's just something unique about you. You're genuine. You don't pull no punches. You know, and you can't punch, but I'm leaving.
Well, between you and Chico, the Virgo boy, I don't know what to say about y'all too.
No, man. But on a serious tip, on a serious tip, let's truly think about doing that virtual old school that you do.
You know, that sounds good because I got one call. He lived in Denver, Colorado. He came to sit on preference. He was surprised how things changed and he Ruben called.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know first who he was. And I said, Ruben, that's you. He said, Hunter, that's you. No, tell him what the activity we doing. He said, you gonna try to make him. And Milton Green, who we better know the Moon, a lot of them folks be coming out.
The NFL, the NBA referee talking about.
Yeah, Moon. A lot of friends folks be coming out this year, but that's a good idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to some people about that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Irvin, it's been a pleasure, and I will have you back on here so we can talk some more.
And I will be here for you. And I appreciate what you're doing. You keep on doing the good work, and you always do good work. Ever since I tell a lot of people, I say, y'all gonna pay $3 for a newspaper. What's that Gazette because of 50 cents? What in the hell different from West Side? And I say, you wake up sometimes. Y'all need to wake up. Support your black business.
Thank you, bro.
And thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back to Just a Little Bit. And this is the segment where we get a chance to talk about what's up. And tonight joining us is our data expert, Mr. Perry Busby. Yeah.
How you doing?
Mr. Busby.
How you doing,
I'm
Mr.
fine,
Henry?
bro. I just want to tell you congratulations, man, and thank you for the opportunity to really kick that series off, that 2-minute warning. Brother, that's something else. That's a hot topic, bro.
Man, it was great. It was great to co-host it with you, and I'm still getting a response about that. And so I'm excited about it. Excited about where we can go with it.
The sky's the limit. You know, it's sort of like I was thinking about, like you cross-pollinate stuff. You know, we had a very diverse panel that drew a lot of attention from a whole lot of other sources.
Right.
And it was I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was a learning lesson for me.
Yeah, for me it was great to bring together these worlds that I operate in, and so to be able to talk to the people who were instrumental in helping me understand before they could help anybody. They helped me understand what the issues were with our election systems, and then just to have them come in, and it just speaks to the credibility of the West Side Gazette, because they all of the guests said that, you know, this was something unique, and they were glad to have a media source like the Gazette to speak on these issues.
Well, we're thankful and grateful that we are a community newspaper,
right?
And it's about the community. Okay, Perry. So we're working on something coming up.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's as I say, it was so nice. We need to do it twice. And so I'm really excited about the next 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. You say 3 strikes and you what?
3 strikes you out? Oh hell no!
Come on.
No, not 3 strikes.
No.
And so we are going to focus. The last time we focused on the tools, this time we're going to focus on the in reach. because the tools don't mean anything if we don't have the right in-reach into our communities.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're talking to some people, but I think one of the interesting parts, not only are we going to have a homeless couple, somebody who has been on the streets for a minute, to get a chance and see how they fit into this voting process, but there's some other folk that we're bringing into this.
Yes, we're bringing in a wide range of voices, some people from the community who I consider very front line in terms of where we need to push to vote to be able to get the draw that we need. And so I'm excited to have them. It's some fresh voices, some people we don't hear from very often. And I'm not gonna say who it is, but I think this is going to be one of the most talked about episodes that we've done.
Definitely grassrooted. Yeah, but we're really doing some cutting edge stuff, with this particular episode that's coming up.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it because for me, as I say, this fuses the two worlds that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the technology and how it impacts my community, but I'm even more passionate about my community. And so how do we address some of these issues heading into this election? Because this election is all in.
It's all in. I was reading an article about Brevard County. Now, Brevard County has a sheriff race. It's opposite of what we have here in Broward County. We have a sitting white sheriff that has been known as not being fair, and a brother who's running against him, who is not running on Black Lives Matter, but his platform is Black Lives Matter. Right. And here in Broward County, we got a situation where we have a black sheriff, sitting black sheriff, and we have some of his opponents who are Democrats who are now decided to stand with a white Republican sheriff with the last name Clark.
It is not Republicans. In order for this to work, there are just as many complicit Democrats that this system needs in order to make it work. And until we do some deep soul searching and get some soulful voices and not some sellout voices into this equation, then this isn't going to happen. And so how do you go get the voices? You go talk to them, and that's what the West Side Gazette and the 2-Minute Warning is going to do this next segment.
We are on a mission, and Perry, I want to thank you for just a little bit. We'll be back to discuss some more, and maybe we'll get to the point where we can actually knuckle up and guard your grill.
Oh, we plan to do that too.
So thank you. This has been just a little bit from the Destination Sis Truck, where everything is good in the hood if you make it that way. So join us again next week for another portion of Just a Little Bit. Thank you.